coming to a streaming service near you. Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 anticipated Netflix originals of 2019. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at movies and TV shows that'll be exclusively available on Netflix in 2019. We're including new seasons of ongoing series that made us subscribe to Netflix in the first place.
Bean, it's really you.
Yes, Mom, it's me. I grew. Mostly my teeth.
Number 10, Orange is the New Black, Season 7. Since premiering in 2013, Orange is the New Black has been synonymous with Netflix's success.
These are kind of like Tom's.
Who's Tom?
Aside from being the service's most watched original program, it's also ranked in an abundance of awards and marked a significant turning point for diversity in television. As great as Orange was at its peak, the premise has admittedly started to wear a little thin. So rather than overstaying their sentence, The Ladies of Litchfield will be released in 2019 with a 7th and final season. The previous season left several plotlines up in the air, most notably how Piper will adjust to life outside of prison. Whatever happens next, there's still time to send everyone off on a fitting note.
So, what are you gonna do now?
Number 9, Glow, Season 3. In some respects, Glow is the new Orange is the New Black. Carried by an ensemble cast led by Alison Brie and Betty Gilpin, this 80s throwback centers on a ragtag group of misfits given the chance to shine in the wrestling ring.
I'm sorry, are you hiring actors to play wrestlers, or are we the wrestlers?
Yes.
Which one?
The first season scored several Primetime Emmy nominations, including one for Outstanding Comedy Series. The show not only grew more inventive in its second season, but also more relevant, effectively touching upon sexual harassment in the entertainment industry. With the gorgeous ladies of wrestling heading to Las Vegas in Season 3, we should count on seeing more outrageous matches and drama behind the scenes. Long live Zoya the Destroyer.
I've never been to Vegas.
Oh, you're gonna hate it.
Number 8, Hojas Manos, Season 1.
Netflix has become a haven for the otaku community with its library of classic anime, as well as a few original series like Agretsuko.
Got my wallet, got my train pass, got my phone. I'm 3 for 3.
Netflix's latest anime original has the distinction of being their first set in Mexico. Taking place during the 1970s, Hojas Manos follows a trio of orphaned martial artists who must band together against corrupt authorities when their mentor is murdered. The studio behind this anime is Powerhouse Animation, which previously worked on Netflix's Castlevania and video games like Epic Mickey. With a crew that includes Alvaro Rodriguez of Machete, Willis Bulliner of Agents of Mayhem, and Dan Dominguez of SpongeBob SquarePants, we're expecting an action-packed show that's both badass and gloriously over the top.
Wait a minute! Give me that!
Number 7, The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, Season 1. We honestly never expected to see more of The Dark Crystal. Released back in 1982, 8 years before creator Jim Henson passed away.
The prophecy didn't say anything about this!
Prophets don't know everything.
Plus, in an era dominated by CGI, practical effects are sadly hard to come by. Thankfully, Netflix is known for picking up shows that are equally ambitious and nostalgic, so this prequel series is a natural fit for the streaming giant. Staying true to the franchise's roots, director Louis Leterrier has assured fans that the series is comprised of, quote, old-school puppets with no CGI involved, although green screens will be used to edit out puppeteers. Since the film created such a vast, eerie, and magical world, the possibilities here are endless.
And begin, all the same, big change. Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Number 6, Central Park 5, Season 1. Between Selma and the Netflix documentary 13th, director Ava DuVernay has brought us some of the most important modern movies about racial tensions in the US.
There's really no understanding of our American political culture without race at the center of it.
We can't think of a more qualified person to helm this miniseries chronicling the Central Park jogger case, which resulted in 5 teenagers of color being wrongfully convicted for the rape of Trisha Miley. This story couldn't be more relevant, as it not only deals with sexual assault, the media, and racial profiling, but Donald Trump was, and still is, one of the 5's most outspoken accusers. With an all-star cast that includes Michael K. Williams, Vera Farmiga, and Felicity Huffman, we're sensing a serious Emmy contender. Number 5. Dolomite is My Name. Eddie Murphy and Wesley Snipes are two gifted performers, but both could use a comeback vehicle after several missteps. They might have found one in this biopic by Craig Brewer of Hustle and Flow.
Just because you got the bacon, the lettuce, and tomato, hell, man, that don't mean I'm gonna give you my toast.
Weirdly enough, this is another movie from Brewer that demonstrates why it's hard out here for a pimp. Murphy plays Rudy Ray Moore, an African-American comedian who cemented his place in blaxploitation history with his creation of Dolomite.
Dolomite is my name, and f***ing up motherfuckers is my game.
Snipes stars as actor Derville Martin, while Titus Burgess, Craig Robinson, and Keegan-Michael Key round out the supporting cast. Since screenwriters Scott Alexander and Larry Karaszewski also wrote Man on the Moon, this film should offer an honest look at the drama behind comedy.
You want to see some humor? Here's some humor right there. Some humor right there, okay?
Number 4. The Umbrella Academy, Season 1. Netflix's future with Marvel may be hanging on by a thread, but the streaming service is collaborating with Dark Horse Entertainment on multiple comic adaptations in 2019.
You're in over your head, Bobby.
In addition to a feature film version of Victor Santos's Polar, this includes a series based on Gerard Way's The Umbrella Academy, developed by Steve Blackman of Fargo and Legion. Ellen Page goes from playing Kitty Pryde in the X-Men films to starring as Vanya Hargreaves, another gifted youngster who's enlisted by a brilliant professor. Along with her superhero siblings, she gets wrapped up in a murder mystery and a mission to save the world. Given the talent involved, not even the apocalypse can rain on our parade.
Charles Xavier did more for mutants than you'll ever know. My single greatest regret is that he had to die for our dream to live.
Number 3. The Irishman. With critical darlings like Roma, Mudbound, and Icarus, Netflix has released several films in recent years that garnered major Oscar buzz. The Irishman seems like another certified Oscar contender, with director Martin Scorsese behind the camera and Steve Zaillian of Schindler's List penning the screenplay.
It's Hebrew from the Talmud. It says whoever saves one life saves the world entire.
This biographical crime story based on the life of labor union official Frank Sheeran not only reunites Scorsese with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, but also marks his first collaboration with Al Pacino.
You're nothing to me now. You're not a brother, you're not a friend.
Seriously, how has it taken so long for these two mob movie juggernauts to come together? Netflix has spared no expense regarding the film's skyrocketing budget, with much of the money going towards de-aging De Niro. Number 2. The Witcher Season 1. Before he became one of the most revered names in gaming, Geralt of Rivia won loyal fans as the protagonist of Andrzej Sapkowski's popular fantasy literature series The Witcher.
Evil is evil. Lesser, greater, middling, makes no difference.
Netflix isn't the first to try their hand at adapting Sapkowski's novels and short stories to the screen, as a 13-episode series was released in 2002, but was panned by both fans and critics. There are nonetheless high hopes for Netflix's take on the series, especially with an actor of Henry Cavill's caliber in the title role. Featuring complex characters and a multi-layered world, could this be Netflix's answer to Game of Thrones?
If I'm to choose between one evil and another, I'd rather not choose at all.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Stranger Things Season 3. What started as the Duffer Brothers' homage to everything 80s has erupted into a cultural phenomenon in its own right.
So if we get their attention,
maybe we can draw them away from the lab and clear a path to the gate.
Yeah, and then we all die.
Between its first 2 seasons, Stranger Things garnered over 30 Emmy nominations for its retro visuals, riveting performances, and storytelling shrouded in rich mythology. It's taken over a year to get Season 3, which hopefully means the Duffer Brothers are taking their time to perfect their vision. The third season's plot has been appropriately clouded in mystery, although executive producer Sean Levy has hinted that Back to the Future will play an important role. Could this be because the season is set during the summer of 1985, or will time travel enter the mix? Heavy.
There's that word again, heavy. Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.